Hope you're enjoying one. Thanks for watching this. So I gave my latest review on Digimon Universe Appli Monsters episode 36. This episode, continues what happened last time, of the Appliyama group. Kanan, he's got the chance to be one of the nine top idols in her group. So right now they're holding the results of the contest that's happening so far. Meanwhile, things are also looking way as the contest continues to move forward. Her friends supporting her, so many votes have in, all her hard work, and not to mention the support her biggest fan, her mother. But things are looming so in the shadows as things start to move forward in life. All right, for one thing, Ray has seen the opportunity that this is. He decides to go in and go into L Corp to see what's going on because he knows that there's a link between L Corp and Leviathan. He just doesn't understand how. So he's just trying to find out. All the information. Remember, he's still trying to find his little brother. So while everybody's at the stadium, they're trying to everyone's at the stadium busy with the contest. He tries to become a smooth guy, just using all his skills. Him and Hackmon just go walk in. I just slip past the guard, just unexpectedly without any effort. It's pretty funny when you think about it. And he did it without hardly batting an eye. For me, I think that's pretty unique. The fact that he can be so smooth ridden, and Ray, remember, he's still trying to find his little brother. His little brother is what's most important to him. And meanwhile, Haru and the others are trying to focus on the contest right now. After everything that Irina did, doing all her hard work, this is literally down to basically a nail-biting situation. All her support, all her fans. She went on Oster's channel and got 3 million new hits. All those people watching over her, everybody, all her fans and especially her family, like her mom. Her mom works hard every day. And the reason why she did become an idol was for her mother. As they get closer and closer to the line and keeps dropping names and contestants, Irina's asking herself, is she truly going to be number one? Is she going to be one of the 9 goddesses? Meanwhile, Ray and Hackmon make a discovery that while at the same time, while people are heading the contest and voting, Elko is secretly hacking their information, absorbing all the knowledge and information that these people have. Basically, as they log in, they literally just feeding them information, trying to access it, which is pretty he's sublime. Basically, as the fans try to vote, they're literally stealing information right underneath their nose. It's a really clever scheme. Everybody's trying to find out what's going on. Especially Ray and Hackmon, they're trying to deal with this situation as it is. It's pretty grim. They're trying to find out what's going on. What does it all mean? Eventually they get their answer. Meanwhile, it's Irina's. She's like suspenseful. Like literally, her heart is pounding. Like, did I really make it? Did I really make it? Am I one of the 9 goddesses? Did I make it into one of the 9 spots? Her thinking very hard. Her heartbeat. Did she work hard? Did she fail? Did she made it, or did she lose? And as the light shines upon her, we get to find out the ugly truth. Not really the ugly truth, the truth that she is in 10th place out of top 9. Out of chance of her being the top idol, being among the 9, she's only ranked number 10. Number 10. It's like literally she's like the 10th popular idol right now. Even though she's a newcomer, she did this place by working hard. There's a part of her that's probably a little bit sad right now. But when she walks on the stage, she looks back and she sees the cheers of so many people, just so many are literally cheering for her. This girl who thought that she had no chance of winning. She literally thought that there was no chance of her winning. Chance of her winning, like the fact that she was starting to doubt herself. But all these people, all these people, giving her support. It really cheered her up. And as she walks to the stage, she get to see one of the other pop idols, like her senior pop idol, Kazumi-san. The one that she idolized the most. Who helped her out. She's there, and she literally gives her support too. Even though she didn't become one of the top 9, she still got that close. And she did it on her own, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. And we get to hear her song, Explosive Punch, her theme, and get her being her, just like, to just call me the center of the universe, Karna Eri, I've seen everybody, cheer her, just her being happy and smiling. Even though there's probably some fans disappointed, like some of her friends are a little sad that she didn't win, but the fact that she made it this far on her own, that's a good call. Meanwhile, you get to see Ray and Hackmon again. They finally get into the office of Ushiri Knight. They find out it's in this white room, this laptop. They tries to access it, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're transported back into the digital web, and they're literally attacked by Leviathan. Like all these cyber tentacles and just shot out of nowhere, and they get to see the L right there, and that sinister red L. Seeing the situation as it is now, they find out that Ushiri Knight is working with Leviathan, and this whole thing is literally one of Leviathan's setups. L Corp is Leviathan, so they find out the ugly truth. They managed to barely escape, how Hackmon managed to rip a hole into the deep web. I didn't even know he had that ability to just rip a hole. Normally you use an AR field, but because of Hackmon's hack ability, I guess you can hack any electrical space, just literally tear a hole in space and just go to the digital world, which is quite clever when you think about it. All right, that's probably one of the most unique abilities. Remember, like Hackmon being probably one of the most OP of the Digimon they got, of the Applimon they got. As Ray leaves, he talks to the others. He informs them of the truth that Ushiri Knight is working with Leviathan, and they all try to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, while you get Ushiri Knight confronts Kara Naedi, so he tries to talk her, asking her for her help. How he tries to sway her, tries to use her, saying that with our support, but I can help you become the number one idol. And he talks to her, gets to use it, tell her to come on a boat party with her, and she does. She even puts this cute little dress on. It's pretty cute and not too bad. Makes her look like one of the nine goddess idols. But eventually they find out. She finds out the truth. She gets to see he on the boat. That there's so many buildings that's branded with L Corp. But the L Corp literally has taken over the city. They're saying, and he asks him, "What does L stands for?" And Ushiri replies, "L stands for Leviathan." He just straight up confessed to her that L Corp stands for Leviathan and that he's working with him. And Haru and the others are trying to find a way to find Eri. They tried to communicate with her, but Dokamon and her patch are not near her. It's a very tight knit situation right now because they just found out the true face of their enemy. And so they're trying to understand how they're supposed to handle things right now, which is pretty tough. How they just found out that found out who their real enemy is, and it's been right underneath their nose. That the company that made a Abnormayo Kiruna's group is their very same enemy. So they're trying to find a way to rescue their friends. Back on the boat, Kirina, she's a bit shocked, but she refuses his offer, saying that I'm never gonna work with you, that I'm gonna become a pop idol all on my own. But then Ushiri Knight seeing this, how he just stuns to laugh with confidence, and and a whole bunch of guys show up out of nowhere, and they it looks like they started to use force to try to get her to join. But luckily, she has Dokamon. Dokamon tries to fend off the bad guys as best they can. But they're on a boat in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the water. So it's going to be very hard for that. Haru, they managed to make it to the bay. And he's trying to call Eugene. And what the hell is Eugene? And we haven't seen for a while him, Eugene, and Offman. And those guys are just, very, very weird. But they play an important role in the story, trust me. How they managed to climb on one of those duck boats, or those paddle boats that you have to use your feet, like, how you use a bicycle, they managed to go in. How she, like, literally jumps off the boat and just goes to the water, right where they were. She did that, and it was pretty reckless, but they managed to get her, in time, and they're not gonna let, Leviathan have her. However, it just falls right into their plans. Just out of nowhere, they fall into to an AR field, and right now they're back in the digital plane. And they just fall right in the middle of the ocean. They brought the boat and everything, and right now they're confronted by the Ultimate Four, the four evil Applimon. The ones that work with Leviathan, Shootmon, and the others. And that one guy, the leader, has these multiple eyes everywhere, like his elbow padding, his shoulders, even like three eyeballs on his face. It's obvious this guy is like very creepy, and this design looks similar to Globon. That means that he and Globon are probably going to be rivals at this point. Seeing the situation as they handled it, definitely very off-putting. Overall, I love the pacing and the development of the characters because the way they handled it, it looks pretty good. Because I like how they did it. The way they introduced the character, the big reveal. Even though it was pretty obvious, the way that she just gave her answer shout out, and the fact that she had the support of all her friends in the contest. Even her mom is like her biggest supporter. We get to see that she has an office fan club dedicated to her daughter. Karen's mom. That's probably she's probably the best parent in the series. Her best parent, the best parent. Because she supports her daughter. Ostra's father, he seems like a nice guy, but he's a little bit strict. And we don't know a lot about Haru's mom, what she does, So sorry to say that. And then there's, Eugene's mom, which is like a whole other can of worms we don't even know. And Ray's just been an orphan ever since he was a kid, Sorry to talk off there. Anyway, this was a good episode. I liked it. And let me know down below if you want me to do more videos like this. I'll put all this on YouTube, I promise. See you guys next time. This is Sellavin my latest review on Digimon Universe Appli Monsters. I'm out. Bye.